Hello, hello. What's going on, guys? Traders, all those things you can be for the markets, futures, you know what it is. Cryptos, all that fun stuff. It's your boy, No Noise. I'm Z-Rex. We're about to get it in with some chart action. Should be pretty fun. We got a nice little sideways action. ETH did hit all-time highs, though. Sideways action in Bitcoin mostly. But Ethereum getting some love. XRP, DOT getting some love. Link breaking 30. So definitely some altcoins continuing to move up. Space looks overall still pretty damn sexy. So let's just jump right into it. Oh, yep, we're live. It's February 12th, 2021, and it's cold as hell here. We got ice on the trees in Austin. Pretty wild. That doesn't happen often, very often here, but, you know, I'll take it. It was a pretty hot winter most of this. We were having like 80 degrees all the time, but I digress. Who cares about that? Let's talk about some charts. Market cap just going up and up. It's just mooning. Big candle, lots of volume, just going on and on and on. Looks really good. I don't have any problems with this chart whatsoever. Let's see. I mean, it's just showing participants. They just be coming in right now. We can delete that little trend line because that is useless now. Didn't even exist on the altcoin. I didn't even notice that before. How funny. Maybe we should add total 2 in there. Total 2 to the list. Scroll that guy up here. Total 2 is just altcoins taking out Mama Bear. Yeah, look, you had this little consolidation flag type formation on here, but on Total 2, it's just drifting up the whole time. So altcoins are reigning supreme right now. Yeah, wow, this is a pretty incredible looking chart. Yeah, I mean, this is total blue sky action. Lots of participation on here. Look at all this volume over here. It's like record volumes. You can't even see this volume. It's like a little tiny little blip from 2017. Look at this shit. Wow. Pretty incredible. Lots of participants. Is it the same for? Yep, same for just the general total 2 as well. Wow. Party time, baby. All right, let's go to Mama Bear. So, that looks good. This is interesting. Multiple times we've been trying to hop up over that horizontal, and you can see how important that threshold is right here at this target at, you know, low 48K that we've been targeting for a while since, you know, way back over here and all this business. But this is pretty odd. I thought it would be able to break yesterday as it came over it a few times. You can see 3-4 times. And then we got this candle on the ultimate almost 50K point, and this is a 3-hour, almost at 50K on this wick here, and then got rejected and closed right back below it. That's not the coolest price action. It is banging up against this, so more than likely it is going to break to the upside. But I thought it would have happened by today or yesterday. Definitely in the overnight session. We didn't get that, but we are just getting super squeezed right here. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I mean, we're still just range bound, which is pretty funny. Definitely thought we'd get out of that range. These candles are interesting, though. This little cluster right at the top. Usually when you bang up against resistance like this a bunch of times, it does go through it. And so I'm just a little concerned about this candle. Not my favorite candle, but as long as we kind of hold over this business in the bottom of this candle that engulfed all this price action, it's not really bearish at all. So it's just kind of like, where was the close? We couldn't get a close over this line like one time out of these 12 candles or 10 candles, whatever it is. Just struggling a little bit. The bulls are. Let's see what futures look like. Oh, futures did get one right over it. It's a little bit different of a price than the spot, but right over it. Still kind of struggling. Very neutral on the RSI, floating in the 50s. And we are underneath the exponentials too. So that kind of sucks. And we do have a little bit of that divergence, that bearish divergence that we were talking about on the daily, and that is still printed up. So this is very textbook, staying intact as of now. Like we talked about yesterday, the day before, it needs to get back over like 87, I think, or whatever it is over here, like 87-ish, 88, to kind of erase that, to get rid of the bearish divergence, but it is most definitely present on the daily. Let's go to weekly. So that's kind of the same. Just kind of struggling. We really need to get a body close on spot above 48.3-ish Really, I'd like to even see it above this wick here at 48.9, which would be about the same over here, 48.95. So, which makes sense. There's always a little bit of premium. You can see the difference over here, 47.7 and 47.3. So there's always a little bit of premium on the futures. But, I mean, it doesn't look super bad by any means. I'm not getting bearish or anything. Just kind of, all right, let's just get past this hump and let's go to 55,000 because that's our next target. And that would be pretty damn sexy, I guess. But sideways, too, is cool because altcoins get to rally hard. And if you're playing any of these altcoins, and hell, you're probably wanting Bitcoin to stay in between this range, this newly found range. I wouldn't hate it. I'm down for that. Just hang out between here, let the altcoins moon it up, which they have been. We can see that from over here. And we also can see that in the damn total, too, just straight up for a long time. But, yeah, you can see over here, too, there's a lot of big movers, a lot of 40s, 20s, a lot of double digits across the board pretty much. So, yeah, so, hey, that's cool. Let's just stay in this range for like 2 months and trade some altcoins. I'm totally down with that. I know some of the maxis won't like that. Ethereum, very sexy candle right here. So just a wrap-up kind of idea on Bitcoin. Still range-bound in between here, 43 and 48-ish. So until we get out of that range, nothing to really talk about there. Ethereum, though, very sexy pump here. Very nice, closing and engulfing all of this, including the wick on this candle. So this looks really good. I like this setup. EMA's had a little chance to reset. Regaining the exponential on RSI. DMI is close. We're not quite there. But the bears are in the weak zone. We get a close back over here on 26-ish area on DMI bulls. That'll confirm or likely confirm this move to the upside. And we probably will see... I would be shocked if we don't see 2,000 on Ethereum. Just a nice round whole number. Let's see. Well, let's see if we got any fib extensions kind of from this bigger sell-off over here. Yeah, 1618 is right at 1950-ish. And I bet this one is going to be close-ish. Yep, and that one's also just at like 1930s. So, yeah, I mean, getting into the 1900 handle seems very likely on Ethereum. I mean, this still looks really good daily. You got dominance on both sides, a little kind of consolidation after coming out of the power zone on RSI, and possibly just doing a little consolidation right on the threshold before it re-enters in there. So everything about this looks pretty good. DMI is staying nice and strong on the daily. 2-day looks good. All the high time frames look great. 3-day, weekly, both of those look good. The bears have been in the forgotten zone for a while, so that's pretty wild. They usually don't stay down there very long. Let's see, ETH to USD. Yeah, you can see this is like the longest they've stayed down there. So I guess there's a fair point. The more we go up like this without any big corrections, and big, I mean like 25 to 35%. That's just gonna that just opens the door up for having one of these candles, this little 20% just down day. So we saw a little bit of that the other day, but just got bought up immediately right off that trend line. So nothing too bad. If this speed line does break, though, on Ethereum, I would get a little bit concerned. Probably for a move back down to in between the 377 and 200 MA would be my target area on that. But right now, still looks nice. Futures on Ethereum, still not really enough data yet to do anything with that. So we'll just skip over that. Litecoin kind of flagging out right here on the medium time frames. It looks good on the daily for continuation. Yeah, this looks like it wants to go up to 230s for sure. Any kind of break on a 3 hour above 195 probably gets us there over the next week or two. Really needs to just hold this 170-ish area, 175, and there's not really any concerns with Litecoin. There is no dominance on DMI, but it is only a 3-hour. Let's look at daily. Daily, though, is dominant on DMI. So if we can get this back over 26, and get this back over 70, and the exponential on 3-hour, that would be nice confirmation for the higher time frames, what they're saying. So that would be a beautiful little move. Let's see where this flag is kind of pointing us to. Let's see. I guess it kind of take, yeah, almost up to that target too. So that has good confluence in this pattern. So yeah, it looks like Litecoin really wants to go hit up in that 220, 230 range. Alrighty, well, let's put auto back on. The Rips getting some pampy action. Let's see. After breaking out of this trend line one more time, resetting the oscillators, just opening up. This one's looked good for the last few days. Just kind of slowly grinding. Definitely like that. Daily beast moding. I mean, this looks like it wants to at least tag this trend line here at 65 cents. And possibly, maybe even these highs at 70. I mean, this kind of does look like it wants to break out over this. Man, we get a 3-hour over 65 cents. Like, it becomes very real that we go to $1 on XRP, which I know everyone loves XRP. Again, though, speed line, we have a lot of these trend lines, demand lines, whichever term you'd like to use. So as long as it's kind of riding up this, I don't have any issues with this chart at all. Let's see what it does once it gets up to this horizontal resistance at 65 cents. See if it can get past that. Let's go to volume profile too real quick. I just want to see. No, not much. Yeah, there's not much. Yeah, see, there's like no business above this level either. So if it does close, especially a daily or weekly over this, it's probably going to go to this $1.30 range, actually, like with a swiftness, because there's just nothing up here. Even when you pull back all the way when it went to $3 and $3 for Ripple. Geez, when it went to $3, you can see there's like almost zero business up here. Like you can't even see the candle or the bars really at all. Like just a little blip. So yeah, anything a daily close above that, this target up here, this blue horizontal, becomes very real at about 130, 140-ish area. So there you go, garlic bread getting it in. Let's see, Dot have a nice continuation after flagging here. Close this engulfing one, lovely, and we're just getting follow through on it. This is super textbook awesomeness. Love that setup. Weekly doesn't really give us that much. Let's see on the 3-day. No, not really. Not enough data to populate. So we'll just keep it on the daily and the 3-hour. I mean, there is no issues with this chart. Looks like we kind of have a similar line here, like so. So as long as we're riding up that, I ain't got no issues with this guy. There's even kind of a intermediate one. Why is this popping up? It always wants me to re-put my password in. That just happened the other day. You even have a little intermediate speed line right here. So as long as it keeps riding this one, don't have any issues with it. You break this one, you probably test the lower one here, and then we'll have to see what happens if we start getting sell pressure. But this is looking really good. And how can we formulate some targets on this? Not really, because there's not really any good sell-offs here. I mean, like, yeah, you can kind of do it with the fib extension here, but it's like already, yeah, see, it's already going to meet any of those. They're not really big enough dips and retracements. So you kind of just have to go by whole numbers. The 5s and 0s are good spots for resistance, like 30, 35, 40. So looks like we just tagged 30 almost exactly on this guy too. Yep. What is that? I don't know. It's right around there. 30.02 cents. So there you go. Getting that resistance. We get back over that, we probably go to 35. When you're in blue sky like this, it's just up until it ain't. There's not much you can do. That's why you have to kind of default to the whole numbers, the psychological numbers. All right, ADA kind of chilling, taking a little bit of break. Charles just hanging out, finally taking a little coffee break. It's been a hot minute. It's pretty much just gone up 5 to 20% every single day for like 3 weeks, which is pretty insane. Yeah, this one is really steep though. This is kind of a scary chart. Any break on this speed line here is going to get us to the second one almost most certainly. And I mean, that's pretty far down right now. That's like 40% away. So ADA is definitely, let's get off. We don't need volume profile right now. ADA is definitely super aggressive right now for the bulls. And we are kind of getting back into the neutral zone for bulls here. But hey, bears are way down here in the weak zone, so nothing too concerning yet. Any break back below like 85 cents or this trend line, if it keeps rallying, I'd look for pull back to at least 77, 80, and more than likely this 60. What the hell just happened? It's like my damn trend lines are just moving by themselves. TradingView has been acting kind of weird the last couple days. I don't know if they're updating some stuff or what. Take some profits on ADA. I mean, if it was me, I would. You got a little spinny top right here too on the daily, grinding up into the trend line. And I mean, just on the 10 simple, I mean, we're 25% away just from the short-term moving average. And I mean, if you're using any moving averages shorter than that for trend, I mean, more power to you. But I mean, anything lower than like the 9 EMA, like pretty much 8, 9, and 10 is what a lot of people use for the shortest ones. Like sub that, I mean, you're pretty much going to have price riding exactly on it. So yeah, and we're getting underneath the 10 simple on the 3 hour, and we've lost momentum on the RSI. And still weak though on DMI, which usually does reign supreme. It gives the least false amount of signals on oscillators, at least that I've worked with. This is kind of in a channel too. I didn't notice that before. Let's draw that real fast. Got a little channel action. Oh yeah, it's a very nice channel. So let's go ahead and get rid of the trend line. We'll upgrade it to a channel. Rising channels generally will break to the downside at some point. So yeah, any break below this, yeah, it's looks very likely to hit down around $70. That's like your major support. I don't think this is enough here. 86, that's too close. I mean, it's not even 10% away. So go. Yeah, I don't know. I think that this one's a little bit if you want to be more simple, any break below that 85-cent level, this candle and these bodies, I would definitely be letting go of some of this one. And let's see, the only times we've been below the 10 simple on this run was a little blip here. So we could recreate that, but I guess the good thing about that is we'll know literally today or by early morning, Saturday morning, we'll know because we're right here on it. So we don't get liftoff here in the next 12 hours. I'd be a little concerned because you can see we've only been below 1, 2, 3 for just a couple candles, and then 4. So this is only the 5th time in this whole section that it's been below. But yeah, just kind of putting a little pressure on there. $1 is going to be hardcore resistance just psychologically. You can see already getting wicked out over here in the upper 90s. All right, Linky Poo, just going up and up. I mean, a lot of these are showing the same chart almost. I feel like when I've been scanning through these the last week or so, or really this last month, they're just, everything is up 45 degrees, like at minimum, like on the trend lines, and then there's a lot steeper speed lines too on most of them. Link has been kind of just steady grinding though, so it's not. Well, on the weekly, it looks pretty aggressive, but it's kind of just more steady up here than a lot of these other ones that are just popping 40 to 60% in a day or every day, kind of like the weed stocks have been doing the last week. But yeah, I mean, this looks still great. I mean, holding 25, we're trying to close above 30. We get a daily close above 30 bucks. We probably hit 35. This is blue sky stuff too. You kind of have to default to the same rules. So we discussed earlier with Dot. Yeah, I mean, nice candle right here. Lots of volume on this guy. I mean, this looks good. I don't have any issues with this. See, we can probably do some extensions on this one here. Let's see. Well, alrighty, maybe it's not going to be that great, but we can use this little consolidation area right here. Kind of little cup, sort of mini cup and handle. Looks like it. Yeah, right past. Yeah, so 28, about 29 bucks. And next target, 35. And the 2 is at 30. So, yeah, there you go. Right here, just chilling. We get that close over 30. Then 35 would be my next target on this guy. Anything back below this big bodied candle with all this volume, though, 27.5 cents, or 27.5 cents, $27.50. I'd be concerned a little bit for continuation. Probably at least get a test back into this cluster, the trend line, if it happened really fast. But yeah, that's an important bar right there with that kind of volume. Bitcoin Cash. Oh, we're getting this nice little rounded thing. We talk about this all the time. This little inverted H kind of hook pattern. These are really good, and yeah, these are happening everywhere. And no, they don't just happen on crypto. They happen on any kind of tradable. This is just kind of representing trader psychology on a chart. But yeah, I mean, this looks really good as long as it stays above 480-ish, 470 like we've been talking about. We get a daily close above this $600 level, though. That's really going to open up the door to getting into this horizontal we plotted out recently, I believe, at around 950-ish, 900 handle. Close enough is close enough. It's just a target anyway. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this looks really good. Very good setup here. Medium time frames to low time frames. Closes back below like 520. 500, 520 might get us back down into the mid fours, but that doesn't mean the trend is over because this looks really good daily. Mama's starting to curl back up. EMA is opening all back up to the upside. I mean, this looks really good for continuation right here. Go Roger Ver. Oh, BSV. Kind of doing the same thing. I do like the dailies. Lots of support and demand here around 190. I mean, this is a pretty damn sexy chart for sure. Any close on a 3 hour above 335-ish. I know you have this major resistance at 240. But we get a close above kind of these bodies. We'll probably go right up to that 240 area. And any kind of close above, I think even wicking above it at this point would probably get us to the 280 level. And then we'll have to reassess. This is a pretty good looking chart. And it's also been a laggard too for a while. So maybe some profits come out of some other things, Bitcoin, whatever, all these monies. There's money all over the place in this space at the moment. So maybe some rotation happens and this actually might get some love. And ultimately, a further target would be this middle of the channel. This channel is kind of high. Let's shrink that down to these bodies there. Yeah, to the middle of this channel would be like a target if it really wanted to get going. And if it gets super going, I mean, you can target the other side of this channel, technically speaking. So, and you do have a really nice accumulation type basing pattern right here that's been establishing for about a year. So it's got the signs of being able to reach up in this top range, which would be an absolute insane move. I mean, that would be all the way up if it happened anywhere in the next month-ish. I mean, you're talking 800 to 900 bucks. So I'm not super confident that happened, and I think this mid part of the channel is more likely. You can see it's been respecting it a lot for the last year, even going back in time all the way to 2019, been respected a lot. So I'd expect a little stall in that zone. But man, any close on a 3 hour, really preferably the daily, I'm sorry. And yeah, then the top part of this channel becomes very real, which holy moly. That would be a big runner. So BSV maybe finally getting some love. EOS just still looking great. Looks like it's coming to go to the target. We've been watching here at 550. Very nice. Any closures on a 3-hour back below 430-ish might give us a pretty decent sell-off into the Mama and 55, possibly the trend line. But I mean, this looks really good. EOS is just killing it. I don't see any reason why it doesn't come up here and tag at least this local high in this horizontal, which has been lots of business. I kind of just split the business here, all this consolidation, and then you got some here and a little support too before it broke down. So, and same thing right here, and you got the wick back here in July. So this line is very important, 550. So lots of supply will be right there. We'll see how it acts when it gets up to the top. We have been seeing some coins that just blow through supplies, and some stocks too, like Tilray did that. It went right to like 29.30-ish, around where it sort of IPO'd at, and then it didn't even stop. It literally just blew right past it and went up like 60% the next day. So doesn't mean it will stop there. It's just a likely spot for it to stall out, and there's nothing wrong with this chart. Looks like it's on its way there. Monero getting major love. Finally, the privacy coins the last this week have been showing up. They've been lagging real hard in this whole rally, relatively speaking. Everything looks really good on this chart. We were talking about this nice setup here, just like open them up back on the EMAs above the horizontal. We've been watching it like 160-ish, and just been continuation since then. So it looks really nice. And coming out of this zero read too on volatility. So price action has come back. Looks like we're coming to this 240 range. Don't see any reason to not go there on Monero. Let's look at a weekly. Yeah, weekly's got a real nice, this is pretty textbook kind of Wyckoff spring down here, accumulation pattern. I mean, this is real sexy pattern it put in for the last 2 years. This is really nice. So there might be a lot of momentum behind this. Anything back below on the weekly chart, I know it's going to be kind of far, but it is the weekly. The weekly doesn't even get killed until you lose like 110 bucks. So, man, yeah, this looks really good. Monero. Way to go, Monero. So above 180-ish, not too bad if you want to be conservative, but ultimately still 160 is good support there. Above that, I don't have any reason to be bearish at all, not even thinking about it. We're flagging out here, already on the 3-hour on Zcash. Man, this might just be a little liquidation break for a continuation on this guy. Wow, this thing is up in the last few days, 50% or so. There's that pattern again. We're just seeing it everywhere. This inverted H. I mean, this is a super sexy structure as long as it's staying above like 120-ish. I don't see any reason to be bearish on this. Nice accumulation too. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. What? Zcash was not no $1.8 million. What is that shit? I don't know where Poloniex, what they've been smoking. If they sold some Zcash for over $1 million, holy crap. There's a lot of volume on that. I don't know. That seems wild. Anyway, let's just zoom in and remove that. We don't need to look at that stupid candle. Yep, this looks great. Finding resistance at that weekly 200 though for now. We need to close above that to get some more likelihood for continuation, which is about 140. So if this weekly by Sunday can close above 140, I don't see any reason we don't go test up in this range over here, which is at about 250 to 300. So Zcash looking nice. Dash is lagging still a little bit, surprisingly. It's approaching its 200 MA. This looks great above 150. No issues. Needs to get a daily, though, really above like 180 for some good continuation. But, I mean, this is a nice Nice basing pattern. Yeah, that one, actually we'll say like 190. Close above 190, 195 on the weekly. Probably does the same thing as Zcash. They have real similar charts. You can see Zcash is performing a little bit better. But this is real nice on the EMAs. This consolidation right above in chronological order. You got everything in your favor. I mean, this is real awesome textbook stuff. I actually feel kind of dumb that I didn't take any of these trades at all. Like, we've been just watching them all the time. It's like, oh, it's almost too easy. Right, so those look nice. Doge, the Doge. Doge, ooh, uh-oh. This is not what we want to see on the Dogecoin. Getting below on the daily 10 simple. That's not sexy. We did bounce off of the horizontal, though, at 130-ish. So that's nice. I would really like to see this get back above 150, though, on this daily candle. Let's go to the 3-hour. Yeah, you can see this is just holding true again. Whenever it loses that 10 simple on the 3-hour, the pressure gets on hard on Doge. Here it happened. Here it did get bid up. Stayed in between the 21 and 10. Did for a little while, but just making consecutive lower highs and lower closes on lower lows on these bodies. And now we're kind of finding resistance at the 170 area. So Doge is looking a little bit weak here. I mean, ultimately above 125, 130, it's okay on the sats. So that's not terrible. Let's go to dollar and see what it looks like. Maybe it doesn't look as bad on a dollar. Ooh, getting real squeezed. We are below the mama, though, on the dollar pairing. That has not happened since this started mooning sub-penny. So that is very noteworthy. Extremely noteworthy. So do take heed of that price action. It is not below the 10 simple on the daily on the dollar. So that's a little bit better. Makes me feel a little bit better about long action. But you can see, man, we lose any bodies below this 6.2, 6 cent area, which is, man, look, it almost hit the alert I've been watching here. Almost, it like didn't trigger it, but it almost did. How funny. So anything below, yeah, this 6 cent area, I got marked off, which, where do we barely miss it? 6.07 cents. How funny. So that's confirming that's kind of the break zone. Any body closes below the 55 EMA right here probably will do it, and this could lose real fast. Doge is known for doing that. Here we can just scroll back in history, just super mega dumps. I mean, you got, yeah, we'll measure it. But now, just up 1,100%, dumps 85%, and this is all within like a couple of months. So, and you can see that even better on the BTC pair of these pump and dump actions. I mean, it's just pretty much what it does. So if it wants to get started doing that, I'd be very cautious for a big move down. Doesn't mean the large macro trend is over. I mean, the EMAs are still opening up on the weekly, but I mean, there's a lot of space in between there. Let's see. So Doge, not the best looking price action, that's for sure. I'm actually going to adjust this alert and put it at 7.5 cents to see if that can happen. Continue anyway. You've been warned. Be warned. All right, so a little bit tighter a range. Mama's putting in some pretty good resistance here on that pair for the dollar pair on Doge. So a little bit concerning, but daily still looks okay on the dollar pairing. Does not look that great on BTC pairing, though. Alrighty, S&P futures. Looking pretty decent. Lots of buys up here, making higher lows on the wicks, so that's kind of nice to see. And this candle did close above these bodies, so that looks pretty good for some continuation to the upside, which we want. We want continuation in traditional markets as crypto traders. They're very highly correlated. So we want to, that's nice to see continuation here, because then that likely bodes well for the whole entire sector for the crypto world. Looks like we're just consolidating here at the measured move of this W that we did yesterday. And the dojis are not directional, they're just indecision. So if this daily does close above these dojis that we've done literally almost 3 in a row, will we get 4? Maybe. We only got 2 hours left. We'll see soon. But yeah, any close above that, we probably are just on our way to this like low 4,000s area. I don't see any reason to not test that. Below 3850, we might have to change our tone, but right now it's bullish. Nasdaq looks same thing, looks good, almost same chart, higher wicks on the or higher tails on the candle. Major support around this 13,600 handle. Anything breaking this 13.6 area probably gets us back down to 13.3 pretty fast, and then have to just reassess after that. But I mean, there's nothing that looks bad on this. Looks like it wants to come up here and tag 15K. All right, how about the Dow? Oh gosh, hold up, can't read that. There we go. Dow's a little bit uglier of a chart. It does have the higher lows on the tails, but it's kind of doing this rounded thing. Really want to see this breakout. It has lagged the other markets, like the other majors, quite a bit in this whole rally. So maybe it's just kind of lagging again. Any break back below here, 31.1, I would start to get pretty concerned that we'd probably easily test down here at 30,006, 30,005. But just real quiet on the Dow, so that's kind of interesting. But still looks okay. Nothing too crazy on that guy. How about the weekly? Yeah, weekly is all right. Yeah, this one's definitely the weakest out of the majors. Let's check out the Rut. Rut Dog. Rut Dog still looking pretty good. I mean, yeah, you're bullish on all the oscillators. I mean, yeah, there's nothing really, there's no issues with this price at all. This looks really sexy. It does not have the same structure on the wicks of these last 3 ones as the others, so that's a little interesting. And you do have this candle, so it actually is a little slight different on this medium time frame. Really needs to get back above 23 or 22.90 would probably do it on the 3 hour, but still just kind of consolidating. This one does look like it might do 4 little dancing dojis in a row. But as long as it's staying above the 10 simple on this guy, or about 22.20, there's no reason to be bearish on this yet. You do have a little bit bearish read on the 3 hour, but I mean, yeah, I guess it's there on the 3 hour, but higher time frames are bullish, and you can see support in the mama right here with all these bodies is pretty important. Any wick back below on a 3 hour 22.50, any close below that probably gets a little downside pressure. Conversely, 22.90, 22.95 probably gets us continuation up to the 2400 target. Pretty damn sexy overall. VIX dumping pretty hard today, which is surprising because it's not like ES is doing anything. I mean, it's based off of this. ES has been flat as hell for the whole week, so it is a little bit surprising that VIX is falling off the cliff here. The one thing that is more surprising is that VVIX is actually up the last 3 days. And this is the volatility on the VIX, so it's like the VIX of the VIX. And so that's a little bit different read. This doesn't happen often. It's like less than 15% of the time does this occur. And VVIX has only been out since like 2012 or so. I guess I can just scroll back. I'm pretty sure it's 2012. Let's go monthly. So there's not a whole lot of data. Yeah, 2012. Hell, Bitcoin's been around longer than the VVIX. But this is interesting. This is noteworthy that the volatility on the vol, so the VIG and the juice is going up right now. And so I don't know if this, there's still this wick here at 19 and a half ish. So yeah, it's a little bit odd of a read. Like I said, this happens less than 15% of the time. So just kind of have to see how that plays out. It might be warning us that there's going to be a little bit of a unforeseen pop here coming in VIX, that is, which would be obviously a drop in equities. Oil just booming hard today. Wow, what a move on oil. Kind of little getting everybody bearish, but look at this, finding support right on the mama and equaling these lows here, local lows from February 9th. I mean, that's ramped up hard. Wow. I don't think anyone was expecting such a large little pump on that guy. Let's see what energy stocks did from that move. I have been scaling in energy stocks the last few weeks. Yeah, so nice pop. That's cool. Very good. That'll bode well for those positions. All right, let's scroll back down over here. But yeah, oil looking great. I mean, are we going to come up here and test the top end of this damn channel that we've been in for, oh my gosh, I forgot. It's negative fucking 40 oil. Are we going to come challenge the top end of this channel that it's been in for like a long time? It's actually, to be fair, it's kind of, oh, it's because it's log, sorry. Yeah, and you can't see it. It fits perfectly on a log chart, the channel does, but not on the, damn it, and I can't even see where that is. Hold on, let me do this. Yeah, it looks like we are probably going to come tag up here around 72 bucks. I mean, this weekly closing above the 377. That probably hasn't happened in a long time. Had one little fake out here all the way back October 2018 was the last time that happened. So, definitely noteworthy price action. Oil looks like it's pumping. It wants to pump up here to 70 bucks. So, holy moly. Holy moly. Well, I like that for my energy positions. I'll take it. Bonds getting monkey hammered. No follow through for that. I did take a small options long on that. Obviously, it's not working out for me today, but that's okay. If it closes on these lows at the end of the day, I'll just peel that off and cut my losses. But hey, that's all good. You will take losses in trading. That's the only guaranteed thing in trading, is you will lose money. It's part of the game, though. It's all good. We'll see this reaction, what happens. But yeah, big dump on bonds. And you don't even have the dollar moving at all. What about rates? Ah, there you go. Look at that. Rates popping hard. Breaking out above 120. Mr. Market might not like this coming up. They don't like high rates when they got to refinance all this debt, which is massive amounts of it. I'm sure y'all are very aware of that. You don't want your borrowing expenses to go up, and they are right now on the 10-year. So you had to keep monitoring that. I got an alert here at like 122. We'll see if it goes above that. But yeah, I mean, look at this. We're above the daily 377. And when was the last time that happened? 2019. But the last time we broke above it was all the way back in 2016. Holy crap. Wow. All right. Yeah, if this starts rallying pretty hard, it might put some pressure on equities. And possibly crypto, too. We'll have to see how that plays out. Just the way crypto's been super resilient lately. But this is definitely noteworthy. Gold. Gold just can't get no damn love. Nothing. Look at that. Comes right to this damn cross. All the EMAs stacked there. Rejection. Looks like gold kind of wants to go lower. Maybe retest these lows here in the horizontal. In the mid 1700s. How about weekly? Weekly, it's trying to hold on. Kind of showing the same thing, though. mid 1700 area, is ratcheting down this dang trend line with only one little false breakout above it, with a very swift move to the other side of the trend here at this red line that you see. But yeah, a lot of supply, mucho supply over here in the upper 1800s. So come on, gold, what are you doing? Because silver is like, what's up? Silver looks great, completely different chart, you know. I mean, look at this. This is a nice chart on a weekly, consolidating. Here's that kind of inverted H hook pattern thing we always be talking about. Weekly close above that 28.5. This thing's probably going to 34, 35 bucks. Anything back below 26 on a daily, nah, that's not enough because you got this trend line coming up. So it really has got to break this trend line or break 25.5, and then I'd start to get a little bit concerned on silver. But ultimately, the weekly and the monthly are just super sexy charts. Palladium still catching up. Look at Palladium just doing its thing, rallying hard out of this consolidation. Very nice. Catching up with gold. I don't see any reason why this doesn't catch up with gold here. Probably before the summer, I would bet that would happen. You get some weakness generally in the precious metals market in the summer, traditionally. So I bet this pairs up real close to gold before that happens. Palladium trying to rally too here. Still in this kind of ugly rounded formation and very much range bound for the last 7 months, 6 months. So there's not really much to talk about on this guy as long as it's between 2100 and below 25-ish hundred. It's just kind of big, boring, nothing range burger. So we don't need to really waste too much time on that. Dollar had a little pop. Kind of finding a base in between the 377-200. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, if we can consolidate here, I'm surprised it's not rallying a little bit more with that TNX move. Because 3-4% on the yield is a pretty large move. But yeah, finding this support right here, kind of just have to hurry up and wait, like we've talked about the last week or so. Dollar likes to chill before it reverses and does things at major pivot points, or just keeps breaking down. Doesn't mean it is going to reverse here, but you can see, as we've shown a bunch of times, the different long-term, a lot of time months of consolidation in that area. So as long as we kind of just keep sitting here, it does bode well for higher prices. Anything back below like 89, though, start to get a little concerned, especially back below this trend line that it broke out. Then it would be a false breakout and possibly get some mega dumping on the dollar. All right. You want to ask me anything or whatever, look up some stuff, feel free to type them in the chat and we'll do that. I'm going to just kind of look around here for a little bit while y'all ponder on that. Ooh, nice. Blackberry popping a little bit. Oh yeah, Tesla is breaking a little bit down. I saw that earlier. Finding some support right here on this low though at around 780. Any daily close though back below 780 is probably gonna get a little bit hot to the downside on Tesla. I wouldn't be surprised if we come back into the 600 area. Yeah, DMI doesn't look good. Bears are getting back into the power zone, which they've been out of for a while. Yeah, DMI, yeah, RSI, yeah, not great for Tesla. Because Elon's focusing too much on pumping Dogecoin. He's forgetting about his amazing cars. Let's see. Also, a lot of competition's coming online in the next, like, year. You know, like VW, Hyundai. I mean, all kinds of cars. Ford. I mean, Tesla's going to have a hard time competing with those guys. Even though a lot of people think that's total BS. But, I mean, Tesla can't make cars like these other manufacturers as far as, like, volume. They better just buy one of them. It's really their best bet to keep this party going. Yeah, and even the sales that have come out from last year, I was looking at those the last week or so, just EV sales. Tesla is losing market share pretty much across the globe. So that's interesting about that. I mean, it's hard to compete. You get more features in some of these other cars. They're cheaper. You know, no one wants to spend 70 grand on a car. I mean, some people do, but the vast majority of people don't want to do that. So, yeah, I'm real curious to see how that plays out. Volkswagen is actually a play that I like for what is Volkswagen's ticker? It's something weird like VOLGY or something. Well, I wasn't even close. VWAGY. Had the GY part right. Yeah, I kind of like this. Just once people start getting into their cars, maybe. I mean, this chart looks really good too. You're starting to get 3-day pointing all up. I mean, this weekly is really nice. I mean, I did start scaling into some of this over the last week or two, just because this weekly chart is so damn sexy. And anything sub like $20, I might be a little bit concerned, but right now it just looks really good. And Volkswagen, obviously they got hated on for that. Sorry, it's way back over here. Their whole scandal or whatever crap it was. I can't remember where it was. Maybe it was right here. Yeah, actually I think it was right here. They violated some stupid EPA rules, whatever. You don't even have to test your car for EPA exhaust and emission stuff if it's like over 20 years old or 25 years old. But for some reason, you make a new car and doesn't comply, you're really bad. Drive an old car, though, whatever. Oh, the logic of governments. AMD, all right. AM Dizzle. Oh, I kind of like that. Let's look at it on a weekly, though. Give us a little better idea. Yeah, not too bad. AMD looks good above $85. See if the weekly can regain the RSI. Daily is trying to do so now and get out of... Oh, yeah, we're above 50, so that's nice. Maybe test the bullish control zone up here. And DMI, still neutral on the daily. But... not too shabby. Let's look at a monthly. Oh, man, just straight up. Oh, excuse me. Looks like I already have a line drawn on here. Let's extend it. Show price range. Oh, they got a couple new things on here. Show angle. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's new. Yeah, they had some new features. All right, I'm just going to try to extend it to the right. That's all I wanted to do. See where that comes in. Yeah, just kind of riding up this line. Yeah, AMD doesn't look too shabby. You do have kind of a little rounded formation here. That's probably the worst thing about it, but EMAs look really good. I like this setup. Kind of easier to manage risk, too. I mean, what is this? 5-10%. Even all the way down here is 10. Yeah, so there's a lot of leeway in this. I'd say anything just staying above that 85-ish, 84-ish level is looks good for upside. And the weekly, oh no, sorry, not the weekly, it's just whatever. Yeah, daily getting back over $95 probably gets this party started again. But yeah, not too shabby on the AMD. Not too shabby. Let's see if China's still running. Yep, it is. Every day just goes up. Oh wait, no, that's the same candle. I guess maybe they were closed today or something. I guess it is around that time for the New Year in China, isn't it? I don't know exactly when that day is, but I feel like that's around this time. All right, let's go look at some wheat stocks, see what's happening over there. Kind of a little bit of a bounce from yesterday. Also, some continued sell-off, though, from some of the bigger ones. Tilray, see what happened with Tilray? Look at this. Ew. Gross. I mean, holy crap, that's a big ass, that's over 50%. That's almost 60% dump. If it can stay right here, though, above 26, which is actually something I mentioned earlier, right when it kind of IPO'd back over here. Look, it's coming right back into that range. So as long as it stays above like $24, looks okay. Looks okay. ACP giving it up hard. That sucks. LHH, is that actually a ticker? Let's see. I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. LH futures? Maybe you're talking about that. I'm not sure. Let me clarify that one. So NX Namaste Technologies, though, look at that. Making a real tight inverted H pattern. Man, this thing closes above 32 cents. It's probably going, shit, 50. And then $1, probably. I mean, pretty wild. I think they're part of the weed, Mexico weed thing. I believe they have exposure to that. Oh, no, they do not. They do not. My bad. Lunar New Year. Oh, is today. Oh, okay. So, bada boom. So some of these SPACs, just kind of flat. Nothing crazy. They're all based around the dollar. These are warrants on the bottom, so it's a little different. All right, let's see. I wanted to look at something else, but I forgot what the hell it was. Oh, well, let's go look at some of these guys. Just kind of checking some shit out. Digibyte getting some love. Look at that. Go Digibyte. Ooh, yeah, loving this. I love Digibyte. Very nice. Just Pumpy McPumpson here. Very vertical, though, on the trend line. Jeebus Christ. So we can even throw the angle on there. I wish it was a little bit smaller. And why is it moving? It should be this. That's weird. Huh, I don't know. They're working some kinks out with the log stuff. They were saying, so that's all good. Just kind of eyeball it. Looks good, though. Reaccumulation right on the 21. Just pumping. What's a target on this biatch? We got to have a little bit more history. Let's go to Poloniex or Bittrex. We'll have it. There we go. Shit. All-time highs, huh? Well, maybe we have to go to a Bitcoin pairing. Because it's definitely not all-time highs on the Bitcoin pairing. Nope, not even close. Holy crap, I forgot this thing was 2,000 Satoshis one day. Woo! Woo! Gaining some strength against BTC, though. Look at this. Looks pretty damn sexy. Anything over 155 sats, DGB might get real serial. Might get real serial. I'm definitely not looking for anything like this, but any close above that 155 can easily get us in the 250, 300 range on the SAT pair. So gaining a lot of strength against BTC. Actually, what is BTC dominance? Let's look at that real quick. Damn, 59? Holy moly. Let's look at that on the chart. BTC.D, I believe, is the ticker. Oh, shit. That is something else, man. 618 from this whole retracement. I don't know if TA kind of works on this or not, but funny enough, it did respect it twice at the 618, which is the real common major fib, golden ratio stuff, and it is finding it at the another real common one, the 382, 618, and the 886 are probably the big ones. Yeah, so that's kind of funny. Wait, I want to delete that. We don't need that. Just monkey hammered on dominance. Dang, Bitcoin, what the hell? It can't keep up. I guess we can see that with this total 2 chart we were looking at. I mean, look at all this money dumping into just altcoins. 566 billion. So over $500 billion just in altcoins. Pretty impressive. How close is Bitcoin to $1 trillion market cap? Oh my gosh, it's only 120 billion away. So what would Bitcoin probably have to be to get that? Yeah, what, like low 50s would probably do it? Or about 50K? Shit, that's crazy. Well, that's probably on the way. I don't see why that wouldn't happen. We're so damn close. I didn't realize they were that damn close. Sedge, SEDG, is that a ticker? It is Solar Edge Technologies. Looks like it's been mooning for a while. Trying to reach for the sun. Let's see. Maybe it's just been sunning then. I don't know if that's a thing. Let me check one thing real quick. I need to check Russell real fast. I'll come right back here because I do have a rut position on. This is 81. A little invertedness. I'm just doing a little intraday stuff. Okay, cool. Back to Sedge. Sorry about that. I usually have it up on my other screen, but I do not at the moment. Sedge, let's see. Looks alright. Right, yeah, okay. I kind of like this DMI where this is at. About to split the areas. And I'm just like looking at it from my eyeball, but here, I'll put this on the mark. Why is this pink or whatever color that is? We don't want that. Do that. Hold on, do it this way. You can also hold control just to copy a drawing real fast on TradingView. Yeah, so this actually looks pretty good. I like how the RSI is acting right here. I like the DMI. I like how it's starting to act. We do need a little bit more follow through on both ends. Oh, but there's earnings though. That's probably the only thing I don't like about it. Earnings on Monday, it looks like. So, yeah, I don't really like to trade around earnings. So, I know it can be very profitable, especially if you do like strangles and you are betting on volatility collapsing, which generally does happen unless the move is outside the expected range. Let's see. I'm gonna take this angle thing off. I don't like it. But yeah, other than that, if there weren't earnings tomorrow, I would say this does look pretty damn bullish. If it loses this trend line, and also all this business right here and these kind of lows, and you have this little doji down here, could maybe be the ultimate get the F out at 285. But anything even really back below 300 bucks, I'd be a little bit concerned on this one. Let's zoom in a little bit. 3 hour looks good though. I do like the 3 hour a lot. Again, the earnings is just throwing it off, and that's Monday too, so you won't really be able to do it. I don't know if it's in the morning or afternoon. I wish they told you that on here. Maybe I'll email them and tell them to add that feature. Yeah, right. They probably won't care. I've been asking them for tick charts for freaking years, and they're just like, "Oh, it's coming, it's coming." It's like, dude, it's been 3.5 years. Like, what are y'all doing? But this does look pretty good, kind of supporting that 300-ish area as well on the Mama low time frames. If there was not earnings Monday, I would actually really like this setup. So maybe Monday earnings can give us some opportunity to have a little bit lower risk entry here. That would be nice. Also, you could miss the boat and this thing could pop up. Let's see what it did last earnings. Earnings are so crazy, man. Look at this. It beat by 34% and it dumped 24%. Oh, you just never know how the market's going to interpret it. Yeah, this one beat by 30% and then ended up rallying 20%. So you just never know how the market's going to interpret them, and conference calls, all that bull crap. But yeah, outside of the earnings, this does look good. So I would wait until, what is this, 4 days to the earnings report? Oh, okay. Yeah, I would wait until Monday to see on that one. Let's go over here to ETH. Is it making new highs still? Yep, consolidating on the crack time frames above 1850. That looks good for continuation. It really does. Bitcoin maybe is just stalling here and catching bids while altcoins party around it. It's kind of what it looks like. It's happening. All right, let's go back over here. Anything cool? Ah, oh, VetChain, you son of a bitch. I almost bought that last night. I was scouring the crypto market for potentials, and that one was on my list because it was just breaking out of this consolidation zone yesterday with this candle. But nope, I didn't do that one. Yeah, iOS looked good too. Yeah, wow, a lot of these. Excuse me. Raven coin. Let's go look at Raven coin. I thought about adding my position on this one, but it's just kind of hard because it's so insane. Remember Josh, buddy of ours? Sometimes he comes in the chat. He brought it up back over here. I hope he bought some. I do like this little consolidation is why I brought it up, because I just came across it last night. So I just kind of liked this setup here for some continuation on Raven coin. Anything back below the 4 cents, I would be a little bit nervous on that guy. Damn, hedge trade. All right, now we're losing it. That's it. So not as many altcoins up today as there has been in the past when Ethereum is breaking out specifically. So that's a little different. CRV, that's Honda's coin, I guess. OMG. Luna, what is Luna looking like? Luna, that's my cousin's dog's name. Oh, I like this. As long as it kind of stays up here and consolidates, this doesn't look too bad. Let's go to daily. Yeah, daily doesn't look as sexy, but the 3 hour looks kind of nice for a little reaccumulation for the next markup and price. But yeah, anything back below $5, even probably $5.40 breaks this down. No volume either after this initial pump. Yeah, so not the best setup, that's for sure. All right, I think that's about it. BAT token. Let's go look at BAT. BAT tether. BAT, what's up, BAT? Let's go to a different one though, because I don't have enough data. We need more data. Yeah, this one's been looking great. Just slow mover. Came to the party slightly late because it was just consolidating this whole time from last summer. But now real good. Looks great above 40 cents, and even further back in time, great above 50-ish cents. No problems on that. Zooming in. A lot of volume. Anything back below, I guess, really actually looking at the 3 hour, anything back below like 55 cents, I'd start to be a little concerned. On BAT, I'd probably peel off some of my position on that one. I do have some BAT right now. Hey, you too, man. Appreciate you, Rock, hanging out, giving some interesting tickers as you usually do. Much appreciated. Money moving new tokens around on Binance chain. Yeah, they definitely are. Good old Binance. You gotta love Binance. I know people hate them, whatever, they're Chinese, but I mean, they make a great product, though. It's one of the best exchanges, probably. It sucks that we can't use them, but I mean, do they have Binance US yet? They might. I know FTX is working on that, and OKX, I believe, has US version. But really, the best one right now for US is Bittrex, which is hilarious. They just don't have that many pairs. They do have BSV on it. Sweet. Sweet. Alrighty. Awesome. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up with Bitcoin. And let's just do that. Final thoughts. Bitcoin consolidating up here. Do have this kind of rejection candle, just really confirming this horizontal that we've had plotted on here for a while. That is very much overhead supply. Any close above that is, we probably go to 50 to 55,000 becomes very real. And other than that, then we're just range bound. We lose this range on the lower end, then we'll have to reassess because that'll coincide, unless it's a flash dump in the next like 12 hours. It's actually going to break this trend line first, unless it does dump in the next like 12 hours. Doesn't look super likely from this structure though. So range bound for now, back above 48.2 on a 3-hour closure will probably get us into that 50K target, and more likely the mid 50s. Really like to see the daily close above that too for great confluence. Let's see. Yep, BTC futures look nice. How about the weekly? Because they will be closing here in about an hour. Yeah, looks great. This looks really good. There's nothing bearish about this chart. Yeah, so CME futures are saying, what's up? Let's party. Let's go. They even got a little bit of a close above the horizontal here. Did get a little, we are getting neutral though so far, but just for today really. So that doesn't really mean anything. Still range bound, same thing. Ethereum, it's probably going to 2K. Looks great. And just watch this speed line here. It's very important right now. That speed line breaks, we're probably coming down to test in between the 377 and 200 on the 3-hour, which is between 12 and 14 and a half-ish as of now. Obviously, that will be ratcheting up as time goes by. But anything above 1800 on this looks really damn sexy. Very nice. Alrighty. Oh, and Doge needs to hold on right here. Doge, do not break 6 cents. I know a lot of people are on the Doge train now. This could be a little reaccumulation before the next markup, but it better hold 6 cents. If it holds 6 cents, yeah, this thing's probably going to go back up and test 8.5 and more likely 10 cents if it can do that. Awesome. Gold looking kind of crappy. All the other metals looking way better than gold. And traditional markets still looking okay. The only one thing that was kind of concerning was the VIX versus VVIX. So VVIX is getting bid up this week, the last 3 days, and the VIX is just tanking the last 3 days. Again, this only happens about 12 to 15% of the time. So it's a pretty rare event. And a lot of times it does lead to volatility expansions. And with TNX rallying really hard today, that kind of puts a little bit more weight on that. So maybe we get some downside pressure in markets here next week. All right. Appreciate y'all stopping by, hanging out with me, all that good stuff. We'll be back tomorrow to just talk about cryptos. Since traditional markets don't want to stay open on the weekends, they're lazy. All right, awesome, guys. Much love. Have a great weekend. Awesome Friday night. Stay warm out there. We'll see y'all mañana. Peace.